Welcome back, guys. We're changing the oil on this Traverse, and I just started up to let it warm up. I got it on the lift. We're going to test this out here, see how it works. Gives me good access underneath it. I'm doing some other projects here, but let's let this warm up a few minutes. I'll grab the oil pan, the oil filter wrench, the oil and the filter, and let's get started. Alright, now the engine's warm. We'll take our drain pan and pop our vent. Sometimes if it comes out too fast, she'll bubble up. Loosen our 15 millimeter. Get that out. Probably gonna make a mess no matter what you do, right? Let's see what happens. You can't ever get your hand out of the way quick enough. They should have a little spout going down. You put a little hose on it. Why don't they do that? Environmentally friendly then. 15 shop rags got to go in the dumpster, you know. Oh, get in there. See that spillage? Throw my bowl in there. Let this drain down, and we got to get up there to the oil filter, which is hard to see. Sometimes I get it from the top side. Let me work my way around. Decided to wait and look around while I'm here. I can see up in, if you can focus on that, but the serpentine belt has no cracks in it. Looks pretty good. We do have a couple oil leak seepages, probably the valve cover, because it's coming down from up top. Probably normal with the miles, because I don't see drips on the driveway, but maybe if I get around to it, I could pressure wash when I do the tractor or something and hit the bottom of the car, get this cleaned up a little bit. So I'm gonna wait just another minute, tighten this up before I move on to the oil filter. All right, I'm trying to get this bolt tight. The gasket looked pretty good on it. Yeah, don't have to be too tight. Make sure there's no oil dripping off from it. Let's try to find the oil filter up in there, right? The filter's not visible from the bottom. This was a Fram last time. So I gotta see if I can find my wrench or pliers, get that loose. It seems to be working the best is just the old big channel locks. Get about a quarter turn at a time till I can get my hand on it. And what you want to do, whatever car you're working on, before you get that filter all the way off, notice the direction. See, this isn't 90 degrees on the engine. It's like a 5 degree to the driver's side, tilt on it, and then down slightly, because you could reach in a blind spot where you can't see and turn and turn and turn, never get the thread started. You're thinking it's straight on. I don't know what they're thinking. So I think it's loose enough. Let me see if I can get that off in there. See how hot it is. Pretty warm. Yeah, it's loose. I don't know if you can see anything. I hear it hitting my drain pan. That's good. And when you get your filter off, look at the end of it. Make sure there's not a lot of creeping crud on it, because if there is, you want to clean your engine block. And it's pretty long threads. I know you can't see anything. I can't see anything. But I want to make sure that the gasket is on the filter and didn't stay on the engine. Alright, I got it off. It's pretty hot. Hurry, it's pretty hot. Glance at your filter. And the gasket stayed on it, which is great. Let's put it over here and drain it. I cross-referenced it. Got the nearest one. I was at Walmart today and I said, let me get the filter. So, let's move some stuff out of the way. You want to take your oil filter. This is an MP 10575, which is the Walmart brand, SuperTech. And I think Project Farm did a study on it. I think somebody else did, saying that the pleats in this is really good. I don't know, it's quite cheap. Make sure your gasket's on, nice and square, no defects, because you know where everything's made now. And then compare it to your old filter. Gasket's all the way on the outside edge. If it's not totally filthy, just touch it up here and turn it. Already lubes your gasket. Check your threads, they look the same. The frame, I don't know. I think they pulled the pleats out and the frame wasn't quite as good. What I like about the frame extra guard is this rough edge. You can grab on it and turn it, get some torque, because usually your hands are slippery and you just don't feel you're getting enough. And just finish lubing that. That looks good. I'm going to fish that down in there. That's probably going to take me a couple of minutes. I've had this car for like 7 years, and that's the easiest the filter ever went on. Maybe because it's in the air, I was on a ladder, something was slightly different, but I was able to get my arm in there and it started instantly. But like I said, if you could, you know, glance at it first to know the angle, you're not in there getting the end all dirty off the engine, dusty, whatever, and biting the thread. It went right on. I'm going to clean around this cap. It takes 5W30. I bought 5W30. I think it takes 5 quarts, 4.5, something. I'll put 5 in it. And should be ready to go. I'll get the blow nozzle, blow the junk away from that. Alright, I just opened this, tore the paper. We got the SuperTech 5,000 mile, all mile coverage, synthetic blend, 530. That's what this engine calls for. And this is a 5-quart bucket. I'm just going to dump the whole thing right in there. It's the last of her going in there. Good to the last drop. It's like gold anymore. So I got my cap back on. I want to check my fluids. Antifreeze is full. Windshield washer's a little low, but I'm all out. The master cylinder's full. The power steering reservoir. Where is it? I gotta remember. I checked it before. Let's see here. Let me find it. Well, I'm thinking where that is. Here's your transmission. The car is level. It's warm. It's not running. But let's just see what we got. That's on the full mark, max. No leaks under there. Usually when there's a leak, that's when you worry. Now, power steering. I don't see it right here visible, so it's probably under this engine cover. Let's pop that off. Remember, I'm on a step ladder here, so it makes it a little tougher, but because the car's on this little lift here. Take off your oil cap, and then I think this just pops up. Yep, there it is. Yeah. So I've checked it before. It better be full, right? It's up on the full mark. Yep. Better ideas, right? But while we're in here, always look for a mouse nest. Always look for something odd, a leak, a hose, any kind of issues. Everything looks pretty good. This car runs pretty well, so you know, you just keep after it every minute. Keep your things maintained, and that fits right on there nice. And then oil cap upside down, turn it back. That's on. Our cover's on. Our fluids are good. We're full of oil. What I gotta do now is start it and then shut her down, check for a leak, check to make sure it's full. Check your gauges. We got an oil light. We're 149. Oil light went out. We're good. 149.428. There's no drippings down here. Everything looks good. I spilled a little oil right in the beginning. We're going to check the engine, the dipstick. I remember this pulls out pretty hard, right? A knuckle buster because it's so low down. Yeah, it's a skid and losser here. Hold on. I loosen that up without hurting my knuckles. Give her a nice wipe down. And then the full mark is up on that crosshatch. Ooh, a little dust or something on there. Something. Rag isn't super clean, I guess. Clean that off better. And then, where is it? Let's see how full we are. Should be at the full mark. I think everything today is 4.5 or 5 quarts. There we are. We're on the top mark. And then there's a little dab in the engine yet, so an upper part. So we gotta see how hard this is one-handed. It did it. So this will go a little bit fuller if it sets a couple minutes. And we're all set, guys. That's a quick oil change. What I usually do is, see this, on November 23rd, I replaced the oil at 146.4. So we only went 3,000 miles. So it's a good time to do it. I think they say you can do 5. I don't know. Yeah, this is 5,000 mile. I don't think so. I'm just going to keep her running good. There's no ticks. It sounds nice. Runs good. Change your oil, guys. I'm going to take and get a little acetone or whatever, thinner, and clean this off and change my number here or put a sticker on it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.